Hello. My name is Scott Kim, and I am the CEO of NeoFact USA, which is US operations of mother company based in South Korea, NeoFact. And we are a medical technology company that makes the software and hardware for patients with the neurological conditions, such as stroke. So today I'm going to talk about our new product, called the Neo Mano. This is it. And how the new technology can actually help the people with hand paralysis with their day-to-day activities. All right, everybody has a story, and every company has a story, and this is mine. So this cute little baby, 1 year old, back in 1980 in South Korea, and I grew up in Korea. And unfortunately, I was born with spina bifida. It's a type of disability on your back, and if you're a parent, you probably have heard about it when the baby is coming out. And I have gone through like a big surgery on my back, and then I had fair share of rehab growing up in my childhood. So that was not the most exciting job. Like as a 5-year-old kid, even as a 10-year-old kid, I had no idea what I was doing, where I was going. And fast forward, 2009, I came to University of Virginia, Darden School of Business. Anyone? UVA? All right, there we go. And met a friend of mine sitting somewhere in this room. His name is Ho Young, and whose father passed away from stroke. So he was very emotionally attached to the disease. And with another friend of ours, we thought it makes perfect sense to come up with something for stroke patients' rehabilitation, which can be more engaging. So, and also as an MBA student, we thought there's not much risk, so we did it. And this is our first baby, Raphael Smart Glove, and now we have a home version. It's basically you're playing games, but at the same time, you're going through the rehab process. So this guy is virtually squeezing the orange, but at the same time, this guy is going through the clinically proven process for the rehab journey. And speaking of the clinical proven, Stanford published the research using our device, and there are many other research papers that got published using our device. So this is the product that we spoke about last year. It has the home version with the artificial intelligence. But then again, we started getting the voice of customer saying that this may not be sufficient for the recovery, not for everybody. And then we started thinking, and then we ended up inventing this product. Anyways, so we became pretty popular, and then these hospitals in the United States, they use our device on a day-to-day basis for their stroke patients. And more thankfully, we have more than 1,000 American patients who are using our device on a day-to-day basis. So, like I said, not everybody actually can have the luxury of being able to rehabilitate themselves. Like William in the movie Me Before You. If you don't have much grip or strength in your hand, then you can't really you can't even get the luxury of being able to get on the rehab journey. So, listening to customer voice, we came up with the new invention called the Neo Mano, literally meaning new hand. So this is a robotic hand that's specifically designed for spinal cord injury patients, Lou Gehrig's disease patients with the Parkinson's disease, so that they can move their hands by themselves. And then here's the short video that explains the benefit of the product from therapeutic perspective.
Being able to grasp and release something is huge. Somebody like Mark, who's trying to be active in a careful way without exacerbating or overdoing symptoms of ALS, this will help him, enable him to hold on to things and let go without him using that voluntary contraction that has become weak. That's really an aid to his disability.
Yeah, so it's such a simple activity. It's like, it just like closes your hand. Like, for example, like everyone, like raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, at least your hands are not as tiring as your feet. So try to like, just close your hand. It's easy, that's simple. And now I want you guys to think about how many times you've done this ever since you woke up this morning. So many times, you're lying if you say 0. And then think about it, if you don't have this capability, life could be a lot more miserable. It could be very frustrating. So we came up with this device, and then how it works is that it has the titanium wires inside the glove, and then the wires got connected through the, it can get pulled by the gear motor, which is staying in the motor housing. And then it has the power source that can actuate like everything. And then power source is connected through the remotely wireless control, which is connected through the Bluetooth. And when the user clicks on the grip button, then it literally makes a grip. And then once you hit the release button, it comes back to the neutral position. So patient now can use their wrist just to activate this kind of motion. So here's a ball, and then it moves around. But you can actually start making a grip using the device. And then once you hit the release button, then it goes back. So it's simple. But we've seen a lot of the applications using this device. And one example that really got to me was this patient Rachel, like who ended up getting spinal cord injuries after a car accident 10 years ago. She's a professional photographer, and it's really frustrating if you can't use your hand but need to take a photo, and she usually uses her iPhone, and then just to visualize it, it's like this. You try to hold your camera with your wrist, and then once you get onto the camera mode, you take the photos with your lips. And it's very inconvenient, and it doesn't look great either. And so she's not too happy about it. But when she used our product, NeoMano, when it was in development stage, and she was like confidently holding the camera with her 2 hands, and then she finally took the photo with her 1 finger. She was pretty mesmerized, and I was very humbled, and I was very touched, and it just made everybody's day. So with this device, I think a lot of people with the hand paralysis, they can take advantage of it. And it really reminds me of like, going back to my own story. It's like battling your disability or rehabbing yourself, like it takes a lot of effort. But then again, like it's not always pretty. We actually went public in South Korea. Now we're a public company after IPO a couple months ago. So we have more resources now. And our goal is to be part of the force that can actually bring the technology into more people's lives. It's so surprising, just to close. Back in 1980, South Korea, it was not the same country. It was poor. And then fast forward 2015, America. When it comes to rehab setting, I was so surprised to see there is not much difference. This just tells me that there's a lot more room for technology to kick in for the rehab setting or just the healthcare setting. And we really love to be a part of the force. And the product is going to be launched by the end of June. And then we really look forward to making more contribution for people battling with the disability on a daily basis. Thank you.